Alright, hello and welcome to another episode of the Hartlepool Road to Glory Youth Academy yada 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 career mode channel words. We are here today to open up the new season with these boys and hopefully get some results on the board. Better results than last year. But before I go into this, there's an announcement I need to make. Let me just um, get a drink quickly and then I will. There's not really an announcement so to speak. It's just like a bit of a change to the schedule this week. So for this week, there will be two Hartlepool career modes in a row. Today and tomorrow will both be Hartlepool career modes. And you might be asking, why are you doing that? Because I completely forgot there was a wrestling show on Saturday, a WWE show on Saturday. And of course, well, not of course, but I would like to do predictions for it. So on the Friday, we'll be doing the predictions for Backlash, and then on the Thursday, we'll be doing doing probably part one, maybe not, might get lucky. The next rebuild on the channel as well. So that's how the schedule is going to go. So Tuesday will be, well, obviously today, career mode. Wednesday will be obviously another career mode. Thursday will be rebuild. Friday will be backlash. Saturday won't be anything, and then Sunday will be career mode. So you do have it on today and tomorrow, but it won't be career mode again until Sunday. So there's a bit of a change there, but we'll get on with it and hopefully get there to the right direction eventually. But today, of course, it's one of those shorter episodes. What we usually do as a season opener is we go through the window, try and get some talents in. Obviously, go through the pre-season tournament with playable highlights, and then we will play only the first game of the season today, just to get a feel for this team, see where we're at. So it will be a slightly shorter episode today, and then for the episode tomorrow, we will go deeper and further into career mode. So of course, in the pre-season, we've gone for the one with the most money. But we've got quite an easy draw of teams. So I believe we've got Shrewsbury, Ross County, and I want to say that's St Mirren, but my football knowledge of Scottish teams, despite living in the same country, is a bit bad. It is St Mirren. So we'll be avoiding the Italian teams, which is absolutely fine by me. Don't want to play them. They're too good anyway, so I'm happy to be avoiding them. Um, so Hartlepool will first of all go against Shrewsbury. Following that will be against Ross County, and like I said, the final pre-season game will be against St Mirren. But before we get into any of that, we need to decide what we want to do as squad, ladies and gents, because we have some ratings that are going quite high now, and some ratings that aren't going as high just yet. Now, for Sutherland, I think what we're going to do is we're going to keep him for this season. And if he does, well, obviously he will grow as a player. If we don't get promoted, we'll be adding Aidan Sutherland to the transfer list so he can go on to bigger and better things. Of course, if we get to the top eventually, we can eventually bring him back. But at the moment, we will keep it as that, and we will keep it as Aidan Sutherland will leave at the end of the season if we do not get promoted to League One. And maybe a similar situation with Curtis Mills as well as potentially Rafa Contreras, but those are the players that will be up for possible sale if you don't get to where you want to be. Mainly Aidan Sutherland, because he is growing like a house on fire. He's so good, and he's going to continue to be so good, and it's going to be fantastic. We're going to get his acceleration up a little bit and his defending stats up a bit more, and I will try and work on some of his more attacking stats as well. He's still got low attacking work rate, so we can work on that down the line. But for now, we're going to keep working on those defensive stats. He's an exciting prospect, so his potential will be reached. Definitely. He'll be mid 80s at least, which is fantastic for him. But it does mean we may have to part ways with him and reunite with him on this journey potentially. Contreras doesn't have a potential tag. I don't think he ever did. But he's going to stick around this season, obviously. Didn't really get what he needed last season because of the fact that he was injured for the majority of it. But he's fine with it this time. Curtis Mills, of course, will be about, hopefully, as well, a lot. Tiziano Conti was a cracking little call-up from the academy, and we will continue to progress with him in the net for now, and we'll see what happens there. So just to go through the team as well, I'll show you what we've transferred listed and loan listed at the end of the last episode. We've got Domenico Mancini, Garrido's going, loan out for Varela. Mancini will be the backup. We'll maybe give him a chance in some cup games just to see what he's about. Sutherland, of course, starts at left back with Nkosi as the backup. and that means Martin Guzman will go out on loan, hopefully, as well. Ewan Galloway and Shane McDonald will probably be the main centre backs, although Contreras back from injury. We'll have to put him in somewhere or I'll be getting upset. So it'll be between these three of Contreras, McDonald, and Galloway. And what that means for Tshabalala is he won't get much game time. So we're going to loan him out and see what's possible for him at another club. Foran and Prutti, of course, real players, so they will be leaving on permanent deals. Dave Maxwell at the moment will remain the main right back, but we've got Douglas Moffat as well, who will contend with him for that spot. But I really liked how Dave Maxwell progressed in the team last year. He got on really, really well. In the start, he was not great, but as he moved on throughout the season, he did improve. But he will have some competition from Douglas Moffat, who's one I've been really looking forward to seeing what he's about, see what he's capable of. So he will get plenty game time too, which means Rob Clark will get some loan time away from the club, hopefully, if a deal comes through for him. Daniel Dodds is a real player, so he'll be going. I think we've already, or at least we accepted a deal for Mohamed Yang. Whether he leaves is a different matter. Oliver Finney, same story. And Curtis Mills, of course, he will be the main midfielder alongside Marius Thomas, who has really come into this team and hit the ground running. I thought he'd maybe take a bit more time to transition in his team, but he's done very well. Moving him back to Cam from a centre forward has done wonders for him. He's at 59 rated, close to get the potential tag, and we'll be keeping an eye out for that. Callum Cook as well, he's a real player, he'll be going. With Thomas and Mills probably being most of the game time going to them. We're going to loan Alex Jones out. In fact, we already have loaned Alex Jones out to AFC Wimbledon for the season. We've got Clement Bernard, who I'm not sure where I'm going to fit in yet. I haven't made a decision on him yet, but I think he'll be the backup to Ethan Roberts, who we'll get to in a moment. Nicholas Palacios will start on that left-hand side this season, so he will get a big leap of faith from me. Nathan Wood will be his backup in that situation. Brandon Steele, still not sure what I'm going to do with him yet, but I think what we're going to do, probably keep him around just in case we have some backup needed for Mills and Thomas. I know he's a left wing, but he's been playing a lot of midfield, and he's actually quite good at it. And I know it'll take a year and a half, probably, something like that, even longer, to get him to a cam. But we're going to make that change anyway, see what happens, because that's where he'll be playing mostly. We've got Fran Ochoa out on loan at San Jose Earthquakes. He's probably the best potential of the left wings we've got in the club, but didn't really. He had on and off spells last year, but I think what he needs is a loan out in America. Try and get him up a little bit in terms of overall, in terms of potential as well. He does have showing great potential, I believe it was. So he does have a potential tag, but it's just a matter of trying to unlock that potential with him. Brendan Kiernan, he is a real player, so he will be exiting the club. Vicente Ojeda, loan listed, he will be going out. We've got plenty of right wingers. That's the issue. We've got too many right wingers. We've already got Ed Prince out on loan at Radomiak Radom and Ethan James out on loan at Drogheda United. Jake Hasty, of course, is a real player. Dylan Roberts and Mariano Martinez, as well as Vicente Ojeda, will all hopefully get loan spells perhaps this season. We may keep one of them around actually to back up Roberts, because I think if I put them all out on loan, we don't have a backup. Munoz will be leaving, unfortunately. He just doesn't fit what we're looking for in this club, and I do quite like him, but he takes forever to switch to striker, which is where I would prefer to have him. He's decent off the wing, but I just don't see him progressing as a winger, if that makes sense. Maybe we'll give him another season, perhaps. I'm not sure yet, but at the moment, I don't like having tall wingers, and he is a very tall winger. Maybe we'll give him, you know what, we'll give him a bit more time. He'll be behind Ethan Roberts. I've decided to change my mind on Munoz. So we'll give him this season behind Ethan Roberts, which means Dylan Roberts, Mariano Martinez, and Vicente Ojeda will be on the loan list. Jake Hasty to go as well. And then for the strikers, Alan Humphreys will be on the loan list now that we found our new gem, at least for a couple of seasons. It is Harry Howell who will lead the line alongside Carlos Rodriguez, probably, or Ramon Murillo. I haven't decided how we're going to line up with the strikers yet, but that does unfortunately mean that Ronan Cash will be on his way out. Unfortunately, I don't want to get rid of him, but his injury has held him back from the rest of the strikers, and I think it's hampered his potential a bit. So we are going to move him on and get the money for him. And then we've got Amera who will be going because he's a real player. We don't want any real players in here. And we've got Ryan Watkins who will be on loan at Mansfield for, I believe, a season, but I can't remember. So that is an update on all the squad. We'll do some plans as well that I haven't done for some of these new players, which I need to do, which I haven't kept up with at all, and I apologise. So we'll go through them. Hello, I did a thing in my career mode. What's up, Izzy? Welcome. What did you do in your career mode? Alright, let's see. Dylan Roberts, he actually could have the potential to become a good right winger. As a what was he before? CDM, it was a bit of a mess really, considering he has 25 defending. He's not a CDM whatsoever. So we'll get him on that wide winger plan. So it's kind of just an admin episode, and then we'll do one kind of full game, obviously, and then the 3 playable highlights for the preseason. So it's just going to be a shorter episode today. Axel Bernard looks like quite a good striker, so we will put him on a plan. I believe he's loan listed, so hopefully we'll find a deal for him out with a club to improve on him a little bit. Now, up next for a development plan is Clement Bernard, who actually doesn't look too bad either, but we don't play right mid, so he's going to have to either transition to a right winger or maybe a cam, you know. We could use another cam to back up Marius Thomas and Curtis Mills, so we'll go with that. We'll try and see what he looks like at cam. That might be a chance for him to get a bit more football under this team because we've got plenty of wingers. So in season 1, I traded Cavani and 30 million for Ben Yedder, 84 Ben Yedder. And in season 2, I traded Ben Yedder and 88 million for 88 Lautaro Martinez. That's a fucking good deal. That's a really good deal. You've done well there. And I think that's the other development plans done for the ones that were unbalanced. Everyone else is okay, I think. Maybe switch Rafa Contreras because his weak foot is already full at 5-star. We'll put him on a defensive centre-back drill along with the rest of them. McDonald is someone I don't know how good he'll be long-term, but someone I really want to get involved because he played above his overall and above his stats last season. And I'm happy to continue with him working on his tackling and his heading, and then we'll get in his awareness as well down the line. But McDonald is someone I'm really happy to keep about. Galloway as well. I think most of these are defensive, just to get our defensive stats up out the gate. And then most of the strikers, of course, are on poachers, just to get their shooting stats up. And then in between that, we've got sweeper keeper and different... Well, it's mainly the same for each position because all the stats need work, which is fine. So before we go any further, there are some free agents there we can take a look at in a moment. But we are going to take a look at the objectives. Finish with at least 860k profit. We've got a little bit of that already from selling some players, so we should be able to do that with no problem. Within 2 seasons, have at least 1 player from the youth academy signed in the first season, play at least 30% of the games in the next season. Depending on what talent we find this year, that should be doable. And then get a streak of 5 wins this season. That might be the most difficult one, but I'm happy to give it an old college try. Beyond that, it is fight for promotion, which will be playoffs really, which I'm hoping we can get if we can break through with this team and then reach around the 16 stage, which absolutely will not happen. So that might bump my rating down a little bit. So before we sim any further, I think, did we send our academy scouts out? We did. Did we? We did. Australia for 3 months for an any player. Scott Evans has gone for a defensive-minded player in Scotland because the Scottish defensive players have been working wonders. And we've already got a back 4 of Scottish players, so might as well try and keep that Scottish defensive talent coming through. And then Andreas Akison will be going to England to look for someone physically strong. We should have maybe looked for an attacking midfielder as well, but I think we've got what we need for this season. So it's just a matter of getting these transfer offers to come through, getting these loan offers to come through, getting through pre-season, and then getting through the first game of the season. So it'll only be about an hour and a half to 2 hours the episode today, slightly shorter than usual, but we will get there as well. And also one thing I noticed, which is quite funny, if you watched the Manchester United career mode, hopefully it comes up here, it might not come up anymore, it does there. Tammy Abraham has gone to Manchester United in this career mode from Roma. That's a move we made in Season 2 as well. I think it was actually Season 1 in January. But regardless, we signed Tammy Abraham from Manchester United in that career mode. And now it is a reality that he is in Manchester United again in this career mode, which is quite mad. Send a youth scout to Albania. I was super surprised at all the high-rated players the scout was finding. After I've done these 3 months, I will send a scout to Albania. I'll write it down so I don't forget. But yeah, Albania will be next on the list. But at the time, we thought, well, I thought Australia might be interesting, and then Scotland and England. We're trying to keep it homegrown a bit as well. Want to know something interesting, of course? Tell me what you need to tell me. Let's move on to the calendar a bit then. Before we do though, let's take a look at the news here. At the end of the season, we gave Harry Howell his debut, and he was absolutely fantastic. A big game means a big responsibility for a young player, and needs a manager willing to take a gamble on youth. Jabu Tshabalala gave Harry Howell his chance today, and the young homegrown talent repaid his manager's faith with a goal and a man of the match performance. The boss was delighted afterwards. You know what they say, if you're good enough, you're old enough. Harry Howell was great for us today. What was fantastic about Harry Howell was he had 2 goals and 2 assists in just one game. And I know his potential ceiling isn't high, but with dynamic potential, it may help a little bit. And we're also just going to keep with him this season because he seems to be a good striker, which is what we need if we're going to try and win games as well. Hartlepool fixture list published. I can't read. With the fixture list released today, Hartlepool fans can look forward to an opening day fixture. Hartlepool against Morecambe. So we will be facing Morecambe in the first game of the league season. They were relegated from League One. So they will be coming down here and facing us in the first game of the season. I can't remember if that's home or away. I think that's at Victoria Park, but I'll have to check. Alex Lacey, we sold him to Grimsby, and Zwickau signed Ewan Murray for their defence. We'll go for all the transfers probably next episode at the end of deadline day, but we'll sim through here and see if we get any offers. Hopefully some offers. We've got a couple of messages here. A transfer offer for Josh Umera. I'm reckoning we could squeeze a bit more out of this because he's actually quite a decent striker, but it's just because he's a real player. Lautaro Martinez was playing for Spurs because Spurs sold Kane to Madrid. I mean, Kane to Madrid might have been a thing a few years ago, but probably not now. But in career mode, he's still a very good striker, so. I could see Kane signing for Bayern Munich in real life or Manchester United. We're going to try and push it up to 800k. I'm not going to get too greedy because he is on a contract expiry, I believe. 710. What's 750? 730, you know what? Before it gets turned down, we'll say 730. We've done well there, I think, to get a bit more than what we were initially offered. Hopefully that deal goes through to Benevento because it will give us a bit more cash to work with. And it'll get our profit objective done, which will hopefully take our rating up a little bit in terms of manager rating. Mohamed Niang, we're waiting for negotiations to come from there, from Voluntari. So we'll see what happens there. The Spurs wanted to buy Salamana at left wing for me, so I went to check their team, thinking they sold Gill and wanted a good backup for Son. But nope, they had Son, Gill, they signed 5 other left wings between 20 and 23 years old. That's like the other day when we were doing the Newcastle one, and Man United signed 5 left backs. Mariano Martinez is happy to be up in the team. Guzman's happy to get a loan out. Varela also happy to get a loan out. I could see potential in Varela. Vicente Ojeda is happy as well. Ronan Cash is happy to moving on. He's not happy. He's not really enjoyed playing here and thinks the move's probably in everyone's best interests. He had a great start to the season, but the injuries held him back, and it's probably the best move, really. And I'm glad he decided to put him up for sale, to be honest. I haven't really enjoyed playing here. I think a move's probably in everyone's best interests. So Garrido will go. And we will move on, hopefully get some of these deals going through. I believe this is Mohamed Niang on his way out to Voluntari. Should rebuild Barnsley. Maybe down the line. I'm trying to get some of the big clubs done first. And then when I start doing smaller clubs, Barnsley's one I definitely want to do. But it'll probably be a few weeks, maybe a month or so down the line before I start doing any smaller clubs. Lower league clubs. Arsenal winning tonight. Fingers crossed. Would love to see Chelsea go down. Mohamed Niang is away. It's only a B rating, but I don't think we could have got much more than what we did for him. 420k, we could have got 500. A little bit more, maybe we should have gone for it and tried to get a little bit more, but 420k means that another of the real players are out, and I believe that's the profit objective done, or at least it's very close to being done. Niang is gone. We've only got 275k of that sale. The board are greedy bastards. It hasn't registered yet, which is concerning. Varela loan offer could go to Bohemian for 2 years. That would be good. Give him a good bit of experience out there. Should rebuild Southampton. That's one on the list definitely as well. And this is Umera, I believe, going to... I forgot where we sold him to. It was an Italian team, but I can't remember what Italian team it was. City will win the league, yeah, probably. That wouldn't surprise me. I think Arsenal have messed it up at this point. Who is this career mode? This is Hartlepool. This is the Hartlepool Youth Academy career mode. Which is just basically my full-on, probably year-long career mode, out with like the rebuilds and stuff. This is just a straight-up career mode where we try to build with we try to build with only youth academy players and only regens to get to the top, which has been difficult so far, but we're getting there. Umera is gone to Benevento. We should have probably got a bit more money out of that, but the board have pocketed quite a bit. I think that's a profit objective. It's very close to being done, so one more sale will put it over. And the board rating has gone up to orange now instead of just critical, so that's a good start. Rafa Contreras, an offer from Copenhagen. We're going to decline it for now because he does look quite good. Now we'll try and get some more of that potential back for the big Mexican. So we'll see how it goes. I actually want City to win. Yeah, I want City to win as well. I'd love City to win. But Arsenal is... I mean, if I had to pick between City and Arsenal, obviously I'd pick Arsenal because I don't like City, but it'd be funny to see Arsenal bottle it. Mariano Martinez got on loan here. I didn't see the club. MN. Alright. Bet. Newcastle sacked me. Yeah, Newcastle sacked me, unfortunately. Season 5, I think it was, they sacked me, or start of Season 6, where after we won the treble of the Premier League, FA Cup and Carabao Cup, they sacked me for whatever reason. This is another move out of the club. I'm not sure who this is. But yeah, they didn't end up winning the Champions League. They still lost the Champions League without me, so Newcastle will never see that trophy, at least on this career mode anyway, on this channel. Maybe try again on EA Sports 24 with them, but well, I only want to do one team. I want to do a rebuild with one team each time, so I'm not going to do 2 Man United rebuilds or 2 Newcastle rebuilds or stuff like that. That was a loan out, I believe. I didn't see who it was for. I wasn't paying attention. I think it was Varela, which is absolutely fine. He's gone to Bohemian for 2 seasons, and then Cosenza won a loan. Dylan Roberts. Well, they want a loan to buy, but we're only looking for loans. Thank you. I would say it to win. Arsenal fans would brag. Yeah, Arsenal fans would be insufferable. It's kind of a lose-lose situation, to be honest. Arsenal fans would be insufferable, and City fans would be insufferable as well. It's gonna be annoying. Carlos Rodriguez wants a chance at striker. He's been the striker for most of the career mode, and obviously he'll start. And then Oliver Finney wants to be the midfielder, but he's a real player, so we're gonna say no. Even though I've given him a yes on the answers there. If Arsenal win it, it'll be 5 years of talking about the win, which will get annoying. Yeah, true. They'll be bragging about it for years to come. At least with City, like we know it's going to happen all the time now. Loan to buy can properly piss off. I don't mind loan to buying if it's for the right price, but with these youth players that we try to grow, I'm happy to just not have the loan to buy option. Just straight loan, please and thank you. Now, let's take a look at this team. What do we need to change? I'm going to try Contreras back at centre-back, and it does mean McDonald moves out. Just for now. Just for now. Not commit to anything yet. This squad is too big. We need to get some of these players out of here, either on loan or permanent. So we need some more offers, really. I'd rather the big names, the real names, go. But, like some loan offers for the younger players as well. Did I put McDonald on the bench? I did. Okay. It's still going to need a lot of work to get this team up into the next league. Like I said, if we don't get promotion this season, Sutherland will get too good and he'll want to leave. And to keep it realistic, we might let him leave. Don't like it at all. a weird thing, but I don't mind it if I need it. We're going to try this, the best team we've got for the first game of pre-season against Shrewsbury. We haven't made any signings yet. We'll check the free agents after this game. I just want to see what this team's managed, what this team's capable of as it is. Now the ratings have gone up a bit. And then we will take a look at free agents after this game just to see what's on the table. And we'll scout some to have a look as well. So the team today will be Conti in goal, Sutherland and Maxwell as our fullbacks, with Sutherland as a captain, Contreras and Galloway as the centre-backs, Mills and Thomas as the centre-mid options, with Mills sitting behind in centre-mid and then Thomas in cam. Left wing will be Wood, right wing will be Roberts, and then Howell and Rodriguez will start this match. We were at the San Siro for this pre-season tournament. We're in Italy, which is quite good. Italy have never seen the likes of Hartlepool versus Shrewsbury, but that's what they'll see today in some playable highlights. Yeah, we'll take a proper look at some of the loan players, or not the loan players, some of the free agent players that have come through. I don't want to sign anyone that's too good, if that makes sense. Like, no one above 70, I think, or 75 at most. I want to try and keep it as realistic and as challenging as possible. So straight into the game. Hartlepool versus Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury get an early penalty kick with Leahy here. And Conti had some penalty saving antics last season. And he continues them this season. Tiziano Conti, the penalty king. 2 penalties saved against Mansfield in that 0-0 draw last year, which was fantastic. But another penalty saved here. Contreras is an option. We're going to try and get it to him. Contreras is the target. It's been headed away on as far as Galloway. Keeps it about. Wood. Harry Howell can't get the ball under his control. And now crossing opportunity for Hartlepool. Curtis Mills to receive the ball. Maybe not even a crossing opportunity. Maybe just a go at the goal opportunity. Curtis Mills. Oh my God, what a player. But it's a very good save from Shipley to prevent us taking the lead. That was meant to be a crossing opportunity, but Mills just cut in and took it on himself, and you got to respect that. It's headed by Udo straight to the hands of Conti, and now Shrewsbury go again. Leahy here, the penalty taker, missed his penalty earlier on. I had to remember how to defend with Contreras because it's been a while. Conti with a good save, and we'll get that one away. Hartlepool counter-attack. I'll read your message in a second. I'll read your message off this game, Izzy. Hold on. Rodriguez into Harry Howell. Harry Howell, can he continue his run of form? Nope, it's a save from Morosi, and it can't be kept in by Roberts. Now Shrewsbury on the move. Quite a lot of chances in this one. Won't be surprised if there's a goal somewhere. Remember, Shrewsbury in the league above us, so we do lose, and we do lose. It's a good save from Conti again. Could have held on to it, but didn't quite. Liverpool counter-attacks are naughty. Liverpool counter-attacks are pain. I've been trying to do playable highlights from Man United on a separate career mode that I've not been streaming. And, my God. Did you just put... Sorry, no. Did you put McDonald on at right back? Good save from Conti again. He's bailing us out big style here, and Shrewsbury go again. Galloway, cracking tackle. Now Sutherland. That's going to be it. 0-0. Alright, you know what? That's fine. Whenever I want to loan players, I want them back, even if they suck. And with loan to buys, the opposing club will always buy it, and the opposing clubs will always reject me when I try to ask for a normal loan instead. It is quite annoying that. I would just like to, like most of the time, 99% of the time, I just like a normal loan rather than a loan to buy. But I get why they've put it in. I get why they put that option in because it's a bit more realistic. But I don't. I bet you 90% of people use loans more than loan to buys. Got a little bit lucky there with a point against. Well, I say point. I mean, it is a point technically, but it's a pre-season match with a 0-0 draw against Shrewsbury. Tiziano Conti, the penalty king, coming back into action once again. And I might get a little look at that penalty save once again from Tiziano Conti because it could be. This isn't it, is it? Where's the penalty? Oh, they didn't put the penalty save into the highlights. That's useful, that. Or is this it? It might be this. No, it's not. They didn't put the penalty save into the highlights. That's useful. The best action of the game, and they didn't put it in. Man of the match for us was Conti in between the sticks, 7.6 for him, 7.2 for Galloway, and a 7.1 for Sutherland. And I think the same goes for Shrewsbury. I believe that's their goalkeeper, right? Shipley with a 7.4. Maroshi actually is their goalkeeper. Never mind. I forgot. Shipley's actually a defender. So Maroshi is the goalkeeper. 7.2 for him and 7.2 for Dunkley. Shrewsbury should have won that, really, but it's fine. We got away with it. Got away with the point. I'm not entirely focused on winning this pre-season tournament, but I would like something out of it. MN have accepted the Mariano Martinez loan deal. Now transfers. We saw some free agents come up on the scout report there. Have a little look at some of these. What are we thinking of? A cam is really what we need. Joan Escobar. We'll put a little scout on him. I mean, we could scout all these, but it'd take too long, so we're just going to have a little gander through. Another Scottish player, Jack Cochrane. Another Scottish core player. We can maybe have a look at him, see what he comes out as. Fuaid Said. I'm going to say Said. Eduardo Silva. Doesn't look too good. Roberto Gomez. And then these are all real players, I think. Oh no, we've got Antonio Salinas from, I believe that's Venezuela. Hervé Vidal. Could be okay. Charles Hartley, I like his hair. I'll say that much for him. Diogo Tavares. Cartagena. Another Scottish player, Logan Duncan. Could be a goalkeeper we could maybe have a little look at as well. I like this Scottish core we're building for this team. Marcel Deleu, decent name, but unfortunately probably won't make it in. Freddie Giles isn't good enough. Enrico Battaglia doesn't look that great either. Nicholas Marine. Mustafa Ibrahim. Now, this could be, I don't know why it would be this early in his career, but this could be the regen of Riyad Mahrez. Now, as much as I love this name, I can't sign him because he's a real player. Lalchung Nunga. What a name. God damn it. These guys with their good names being real players. Andre de Carvalho, he's already at club. Kobe Mainu, we know he's quite good. But I can't sign him because he's real. Jose Manuel Vargera. We don't need any more wingers. We can avoid the winger part of this. Marcus Schmidt. Lewis Peterson, another Scottish player. Przemysław Kazmarek. Yeah, we're going to... I mean, thankfully he's not too great. And he's a winger anyway, or a mid who would go to a winger. Can avoid him. Rafa Cordero. Just having a quick look through these. Maybe do it like that. It's a bit easier then. Having to go back and forth. Halik Abraham. Finley Williams. Oh, now this is a man who looks quite good. Francisco Canales. We do need a good striker. But I said no over 70s. So if he's over 70, we're going to say no. Max looked good. Max Schmidt. He did look alright. He did look quite nice, actually. We'll put him on the list as well. But any over 70, we won't be signing him. So we don't want to be scouting too many either because it'll take too long to find the reports. So I'm just trying to not scout every single person in this list. Just try to get some... No wingers, though. We don't need wingers. Some of these guys look quite good, but these are real players. Braybrick, I know, has good potential. Quite a few of these are good. Any more regens? Doesn't look like it. It doesn't seem like it. But there's some good players in there that I know will do well, like Brooke Norton-Cuffy for Arsenal. He's going to be a talent. But we are going to leave it like that. What do you mean over 70? Over 70 overall. If they're over 70 overall, we're not going to sign them because we don't want to make this like we just sign everybody who's good and we just go up through the leagues really quickly. This is meant to be like a slow burn career mode where we're trying to make talents as well as obviously to get some talents in. So I'm trying to, make careers as well as people who have already had the careers made, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Maybe I've not made sense there. Cosenza will take Dylan Roberts out for a year loan. But if they're over 70 overall, really, I don't want to be signing them to make it too easy. Bernard's completed his position change to a cam. What will he be like? Off the rip here. Up to a 62. Now, if I switch him to a... We're just kind of testing around with Bernard here. If I switch him back to a winger, will he go up even further? Although I don't think I'm going to switch him. I mean, I'll try it anyway. But I don't think we're going to use him at winger because we don't need him there. But we're just kind of playing around with him, see where he fits the most. Maybe just check free agents to get nothing but regions, youth academy players. Good idea. I was just kind of looking at that report because there was most on there, but we can look at other ones as well. But there's going to be a lot on here because it's season 2 and it'll be all brand new. There's going to be plenty on here. We'll just try and maybe we should try and get it so we've got like some search things. We don't need any attackers really. We'll go with defense for now. What do we need? Would be nice to have another fullbacker too. We'll just go all defensive now. For now. See what they say. See if anyone that stands out to me. Ramon Alonso doesn't look too bad, but he might be over 70 rated, honestly. Again, I don't want to scout. Yeah, we've got too many people. We can't scout anymore. So maybe leave it for now. But we'll maybe come back and have a look if this batch doesn't work out. But we've got too many players being scouted already. I don't even know if we'll get the reports back before the end of this episode. How long is it taking to scout these guys? I don't know. But we've got plenty being scouted already. We've got plenty of talents to look at. But if they're over 70 rated, they won't be coming in, unfortunately. So we've got Ross County up next in this tournament. We're going to rotate it a little bit because Gutierrez is tired and Galloway's tired. So we'll put in Tshabalala and McDonald. We'll give Moffat his debut. And we'll also have Mario got from Harry Howell, a small strike force, but one that should be effective. And then we'll try Bernard. We're gonna pull Thomas back from cam to centre mid. We'll put Bernard in there, see what he's capable of. So a bit of a change to this team. Sutherland I should be resting as well. And in fact, we're gonna leave him for now. We'll give Conti the last game, or not Conti, and Corsi the last game. So this is how we go. Conti in goal, Sutherland and Moffat as the fullbacks, with Sutherland captain in the side, McDonald and Tshabalala as the centre backs, Thomas at centre mid, Bernard cam, just to see what he's about. Wood off the left, we're actually going to switch that to Palacios because I want to see what he's about. And we'll try Munoz as well, I suppose, at right wing. So Palacios left wing, Munoz right wing, and Howell and Murillo will start up top. Right, San Siro once again. Playable highlights against Ross County. Let's see how we do. Second win rate, that's pretty rare. Yeah, if he's under 70, we'll go for him. Second win rate's pretty fucking good. Right, another playable highlights game then for pre-season. Hartlepool solo run, Harry Howell has just one man to take on in a Ross County shirt. Will he be able to do it? He's got Martin Munoz to his right. Will it be a first goal of the season for Munoz? Like, see what I mean? He's a little bit too slow. He just feels a bit too slow because he's 6'3" and he's massive. So I'm wondering whether to keep him on. Moffat makes a good tackle. It's not going to be enough yet though. Tshabalala putting the pressure on. Ball in and it's wide. Tshabalala put the pressure on. The guy who wanted to shoot couldn't shoot. And in the end, Ross County missing that opportunity. Tshabalala tries to put a foot on Callaghan. Hasn't happened. Now Watson for Ross County as they continue to build. Try and find the first goal in this. I don't know what the fuck Tshabalala's done there. It was not the intention, but Conte saves his near post. McDonald had the middleman marked. Don't know why Tshabalala committed in like that. Marius Thomas on the left now. Needs to try and keep this in. Does. Into Palacios. Harry Howell. 1-0. What? What? How was that? How was that missed? How was that not from the back of the net? How was that not got the back of the net shaking? I swear that went in. I swear that went in. Oh, it's not by it. It's not in, obviously, but it's not far off by like any imagination. It's very, very close. Oh, I thought I was in, honestly. I was getting ready to celebrate, and now Ross County have the attack as we head into the second half. Damn it, I thought we had the lead. We get 3-0 in pre-season, it's pretty boring. Conti, good save. I thought Sutherland would have that closed down there, but didn't. And now, I think it's Nkosi, might be. I'm not sure if Nkosi's on. Tshabalala versus Samuel. Oh my god. Yeah, Tshabalala needs that loan. Tshabalala needs that loan. I don't know why it will help him, but he's a big lump right now. Off the crossbar. McDonald will get it away. I just feel like Tshabalala needs a bit more help with his game, and the loan will do wonders for him. Harry Howell once again picking it up in a very good position. We need Palacios to make the run a bit quicker. He will make that run, not as quickly as we'd like. Ball across to Ramon Murillo, and we will probably get the win here at the San Siro. Good play, boys. Harry Howell just waiting for that move from Palacios, who came down the left, played it across to Murillo, and it's 1-0 Hartlepool. And that will do it. That will be the last chance of the game. We do get the victory. Of course, it is only pre-season, but that's still big. This team feels good, you know, except for Tshabalala, who does need that loan. He feels a bit clunky, but maybe he'll be a bit better once he's had the loan. But most of these players, I'm really happy to go into the new season with, to be honest, especially depending on what we get off of these reports as well. We may be transforming the squad a bit more yet. Ramon Murillo, the difference maker today between Hartlepool and Ross County at the San Siro. Imagine being in League 2 and playing at a stadium like this. Eventually we might be playing at a stadium like this if we get Milan in the Champions League at any point. Conti really keeping us in it, and in the end Murillo got us the victory despite Ross County being the better side. Man of the match goes to Ramon Murillo with an 8.7, Palacios with an 8.5, and Conti with an 8.1. Conti deserves a good rating there, keeping Ross County at bay. 6.2 for Watson, 6.2 for Samuel, and a 5.8 for Purrington were Ross County's best players. 59 to 41 in terms of possession in favour of the Scots, with 11 shots and 3 chances to our 5 shots and 1 chance. But we took our chance and we got the win. And who knows where we're going to end in this pre-season table. We're undefeated so far. We've still got St Mirren to play as well. As we continue on, hopefully get some more transfer offers in. Another departure. I believe this is Mariano Martinez going out on his loan. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that is. Yeah, Mariano Martinez will go into Emmen for the season, and Dylan Roberts' deal has gone through to Cosenza as well, and we'll get some good growth, I think, from both of those players. They did look very good. Mariano Martinez didn't get quite get his potential. He was at 59 rated, so we'll figure that out when he comes back. And then Dylan Roberts, I know he's good potential off that right wing now, though we've made that move with him. Anything in the youth academy we want to bring up while we're here? We kind of want to clear out the youth academy a bit, which means we may have to cut some players I don't really want to cut. Arango's sticking around because he has just turned striker but has very good potential. I don't think we need another Roberts, so we're going to let Bryn Roberts on his way. He does have 78 pace, but we've got enough Robertses. Lebohang Malangu, will give him time. Joshua Thorne, I think anyone below 80 potential off their top end might need to move out here, I think. Just to thin out the youth academy a bit. So Joshua Thorne, goodbye, sir. Manu Salcedo, see you later. I know you're 6'6", but the potential ain't looking too great for you right now. We've got Malcolm Kay, who I'm going to break the rules that I've just made there and call up because it's not a Scottish body in the team. And I think the rest of these will just leave for now without taking any action at the moment. Arango is someone I really... In fact, Arango, we need to get him a loan out. We'll get Arango a loan out. His potential could be reached quite quickly. That'd be good to have another good striker. What's up, Soulbolt? Welcome to the stream, mate. Squad hub. We need to find who I just called up. What was his name? It was a Rango, wasn't it? Absolutely needs a loan out. He's going to be good. I think he's going to be good down the line, but it's going to take a lot of work for him to be good. And there was someone else I called up that I want to loan out as well. It was Malcolm K. He'll get a loan deal. I know I broke my own rule there, but we move. I'm doing alright, mate. Pretty good today. Quite tired, but I'm always quite tired, so there's nothing new there. Malcolm K is happy to be coming up to the squad, and we know there's more to come from him, so we'll give him a good endorsement, but we are going to be loaning him out. So the final game of pre-season then against St Mirren. We'll take a look at some of the news here. Class of Curtis Mills. Top players deliver with top performances, and that's exactly what Curtis Mills has been doing lately, turning it on game after game, proving himself to be one of the standout performers at Hartlepool. Obviously, we know who we got on the first day. Wickham. And Murillo scores first goal this season. Murillo scored for the first time this season to push Hartlepool to a 1-0 win against Ross County. And Arango, Kay, and Bernard will all get potential moves out here on loan. I think I put Bernard on loan. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I kept him around, because he actually would be a good option in that cam role. Garrido will be, unfortunately, transferred. He hasn't been great, and the story here makes it seem like I've been a complete arsehole, which I kind of have. But Garrido hasn't been good, so we're not keeping him around, unfortunately. The career of young Christian Garrido was in turmoil last night after he was told that Hartlepool United did not wish to retain his services and that he was being offered for transfer. At just 17, the goalkeeper has time on his side in his career, but this would be a bitter blow for him and may unsettle him in terms of his confidence. Given that other players have recovered from similar blows, however, it's to be hoped this setback won't affect him long term. I'm really hoping he can find a move and improve, but for us, he just hasn't been it, and I ain't risking it with someone who just isn't it, because there's no point. I know what I want, and it isn't him, unfortunately. Sutherland should start again today, but we're going to give him Corsi a run out because I haven't given him enough time to see what he's capable of in pre-season. Contreras will get the armband for this one alongside McDonald. I want to see how two big centre-backs will do together, with Moffat coming back in for Maxwell. And I'm probably going to start Moffat more than Maxwell, despite Maxwell having some cracking performances last year, purely because Moffat has more potential to become a great player. Wood can start that side. Palacios still tired. And anyone else I want to involve? I kind of want to involve Humphreys. But he hopefully will find a loan deal. I beg he'll find a loan deal. Murillo can have a rest. And we'll go in like this then for the final game. Once again at San Siro in this pre-season tournament. Conti will be the goalkeeper, and Corsi and Moffat will be the fullbacks today. Contreras, centre-back and captain of the side, alongside Shane McDonald, who is the most improved player for definite. Maybe one of my players of the season from last season. Curtis Mills probably is my player of the season from last season. He'll start at centre mid. Thomas will be at cam once again, with Wood off the left, Roberts off the right, and Howell and Rodriguez will start up front. In these playable highlights against St Mirren at the San Siro. Let's get into it. The final game of pre-season. And then we'll have a lot of transfer business, hopefully, to get through. Get to the other side with some of these loans and some of these permanent deals. And then we will play our first game of the season against Morecambe in its entirety, and then that will probably end the episode for today. Just a nice little short one after that long season finale, the last one. It's going to probably maybe come up to 2 hours maximum this episode. Usually they're around 3 hours, so slightly shorter today. Plus I've got to go out at some point as well, so it kind of helps for me. Curtis Mills looking for Rafa Contreras. Will it hit him? It doesn't. It goes for Carlos Rodriguez instead. Crossbar. Oh my. And of course he can't win that. He's too small. And that might be won by Marius Thomas, but it won't be. And that's the end of the attack. Oh, crossbar from Carlos Rodriguez. That could have been the first goal of the Peruvian season. Unfortunately, couldn't find a net. It's a corner now for St Mirren. Ball into Nathan Wood. Oh, that's poor defending. That's poor defending all over the place there. Nathan Wood has to be getting to that. And failing that, that has to be a save from Tiziano Conti. That's all on me. I can't even blame the game for that. I moved Nathan Wood out of the way by accident. Well, not by accident. I thought I could block it rather than go for the header because he's a smaller player. But it didn't work out like that. It's a lead now for St Mirren. And we're going to try and get his ball out to Ethan Roberts, who's getting marked already. Marius Thomas has taken an inexplicable heavy touch. Like, I love when the heavy touches just come out of nowhere when you don't want them to. And we've lost that attack through this game being dog shit. Much. But in a moment, Contreras could block. And we go again. Oh, actually, now it's the second half. St Mirren will be going again. So I'm not really too fussed either way about the results of this pre-season tournament. It's kind of just to see who's good and who needs to improve. Really. I don't know why McDonald's come off his man there. It's a good save from Conte. St Mirren again. Like, lads, be real. St Mirren aren't going to dominate us like this. I mean, maybe they are, actually. They are in, I mean, top league of Scottish football, whatever that means. If that's any good at all. How have I... What? How have I not ended up winning the ball there? How have I not ended up getting to the ball first? The younger is offside, so it will not stand. But how have I outstrengthed him so much with Nkosi and got not the ball there? Bernard now with the ball. He's been subbed on. Rodriguez turns his man. Needs an option. Option will come in Harry Howell. Try to get back into Rodriguez, but it's intercepted well. And it'll probably be the last chance of the day for St Mirren. We are going to lose. But it's fine. Pre-season only. Not too worried. I should argue St Mirren aren't level of League 2 quality, so maybe they're a bit higher than what we are right now. They're just wasting time. A good ball out to the side. Moffat's going to need some pace, help, I think, from what I've learned these early games. And it is 2-0. Didn't close it down well enough. That's on me again. Just didn't close it down well enough. Moffat's going to need some work, I think. I'm still probably going to stick with Maxwell most of the time, at least until we get Moffat into a good situation. They're celebrating this like they've won the World Cup. It's a pre-season tournament, fellas. 2-0 loss to St Mirren on the final day of pre-season. Not the end of the world, however, because it is just pre-season. We'll still get some money from it. And an idea for a career mode. What if you did a career mode on only 33 and older players? It depends how long I would do it for, because after a few seasons they'd all retire. And whether I had to replace them with 33-year-old players again, or whether I could use regens of those players that I bought. I don't know. It depends what the rules were. St Mirren beat us, but that's okay. They were the better team. We didn't really have the chances that they did. They had about 10 and we had about 2. Oh, sorry, no, they had 16 and we had about 2. So, St Mirren dominated us, really. 9.5 for Gogic. Sheriff got a 9.4 and Bacchus got a 9. For us, it was Sutherland, our best player, with 6.2. Mills with a 6.1 and McDonald with a 5.8. A bit stinky from us, but that's okay. I keep replacing with 33 and older players. Okay, well, maybe down the line. I don't know how. I don't think we get anywhere. I think we're probably getting relegated, but it could be interesting. We all agree it's unfortunate we didn't win the European International Cup. The most important thing, though, is the team is fit and ready to start a new season. So have every confidence in your ability to meet this season's sporting objectives. We're looking forward to watching the team develop and progress. Well, so am I, really. And hopefully some transfer offers before we get to the first game, right? Right? Jesus Christ. Why is it taking so long? Guzman, 2-year loan deal. We're going to delegate that to a 1 year. Because I think Guzman does have something. 1 regen per season and no youth academy players. That could be interesting at some point. I'll maybe think about it. Bernard has continued his development and will go to right wing. We're just kind of playing around with this position and seeing what he's best at. I think I prefer him at Cam, you know. We're just going to switch him one more time back to Cam, depending on if it takes 2 weeks, which it should do. Yeah, we're going to have him as a Cam. As an option, as well as Thomas and Mills, because we do need another Cam. And he does have the stats to work there. Speaking of development, where's Moffat? What is his pace, just out of interest? 69. Is he faster than Maxwell? He is by 1. He doesn't feel it. He feels a lot slower. We'll go inverted. Just so it works in a bit of everything, but also his pace. Moffat, I just didn't feel fast enough. Now we've got some scouting reports here, but in a minute we'll look at them. Before that, though, Martin Guzman will accept that loan to Turkey. I can't remember what the team's called. What was it called? Umranyaspor. And as we're looking at the academy here, it's all coming along quite nicely. Some of them have dropped a little bit lower. Chisco Medina, who is one I was really looking forward to seeing how he would do, has fallen quite a bit as well. But we'll leave him for now. No youth academy players either. Yeah, fair enough. That would be an interesting idea. Oh my god, Rob Patterson, you are my dad. But you're left back, so I mean, I don't know if you'd fit in the squad. Although, to be fair, if we do have to sell on Sutherland, Rob Patterson would be a good replacement, perhaps. So Rob Patterson, overall 50 to 68, potential of 65 to 89. He comes straight into the youth academy. Logan McMillan, overall 36 to 50, potential of 54 to 74, will be declined. Malcolm McNeil, overall 49 to 65, potential 66 to 88. We'll give him a go, see how he comes about. And then Oliver McGregor, maybe another right back option in this side. Overall 48 to 66, potential of 68 to 94. He looks good. Coming from Australia, then this next report. This was just me looking for anything. Thomas Bishop looks very good out the gate. Overall of 50 to 66, potential of 73 to 94. We're bringing him in. Lance Hill, overall 45 to 63, potential of 56 to 78. His overall's alright, but his potential isn't great. We'll give him a chance, but probably won't keep him around, maybe long term, maybe promote him and move him on if he doesn't turn out to be good. Mason Parr, overall 32 to 46, potential of 58 to 88, will not be making his way into the Hartlepool Youth Academy. Now, the final report here from England is from England. Carter Thorpe, overall 41 to 55, potential of 52 to 72, will be not coming into the academy. Aidan Brown, overall of 36 to 48, potential of 46 to 62, will also be not making his way in. Thomas Spencer, overall of 47 to 61, potential of 58 to 78. I'm going to decline as well. I don't think we've got anyone good in this report, which is kind of a bummer from England, but it is the way it is. Arlo Hyde, cool name to be fair. Overall 37 to 51, potential of 64 to 88. Do I want to take him on? I'm going to say no. Am I? We'll maybe leave him. What we're going to do, because we can't do this, we'll leave him on the report and see what he's like after 2 months. That might be a thing we need to start doing a bit more rather than just saying yes or no outright. Give him a bit more time on the report, see how they come out. That's what we'll do with Arlo Hyde. Theo Rogers, overall of 48 to 54, potential of 58 to 80. We're going to say no. And then Elliot Pearson, overall of 43 to 57, potential of 65 to 89. We're going to keep on the report as well, I think. Just for now. Probably won't sign those players, but you need to keep all bases open. How far is our manager rating gone up, by the way? We're up to 69, lol. We're so good at this game, honestly. Incredible manager I am. Right, looking at Youth Academy then. Putting some plans on these new boys. And looking at the ratings, really. The highest we've got is 58, which is a man we already had in here, isn't it? Yeah, but we have got McGregor, who looks very good. If his potential can round out to be that top end, that would be fantastic. We'll switch him to a right back, because we don't play wing backs. We ain't going to call him up just yet. We just want to see how his potential comes out as first. But maybe down the line. We've got Rob Patterson, who could be a left back, would only be a backup left back to Sutherland, and he's only 5'9", so we can't really play him at centre back. CDM potentially, probably not. We don't really play CDMs. We'll just put him to a left back and see how he goes from there. Lance Hill, he was a risk that hasn't really paid off his potential. We'll give him a bit of time to adjust. What height is he? Because he could be a centre back. 5'9". He's gonna. We'll move him to right back and see what he's about. He's definitely. I mean, it could be a CDM, but we'll move him just to see if it changes anything. How about experimenting the save? Thomas Bishop, who I thought looked quite good, has proven me wrong. Another winger. What height is he? 5'7". He actually could be a winger then. So we'll just work on his stats as we go here. 5-star, 5-star could be good out the gate for him. And even if we don't use him, he'd be good at another players, or another club even. Malcolm McNeil was the final one off that report, and he does look like a right back. What's his height? 5'9". Yeah, he could be another decent right back option should we choose to utilize him. So we'll work on these players as we go here. No one getting called up just yet, but some position changes and some plans put on, and we'll see how they go as we go currently towards our first game of the season, which is only a couple of days away against Morecambe. So I doubt we'll get many more transfer offers in this episode. Palacios wants to be not just on the bench against Morecambe. I'll think about it. Palacios will start. The team is looking like this. It's not got a lot of change to it just yet. In fact, it's not got any change to it just yet, to be honest with you. We're still waiting for these reports to come in from the players we scouted. I don't know what's taking so bloody long. Excuse me, fellas. What's the hold up here? Which one did I scout? I didn't scout anyone off here, did I? I did. Oh, 6 days remaining. So we'll find out next episode what these players come out like. But it feels like it's taking forever. We'll maybe move a couple of players in to the side eventually. Canales looks very good, but he might be too good for us. Same with Mustafa Ibrahim. I just want to check if that's Mahrez's regen, to be honest. Because I don't see Mahrez retiring, but it's an Algerian right mid. No, he's still there. He's right wing as well, so it's not Mahrez's regen. Mahrez is at Newcastle. Okay. So for now, it will just be a team we used last year just to open this game against Morecambe. But down the line, we may be making a couple of new signings and a couple of sales just to see what happens and to see if we can make the team slightly better. More playoff worthy, I guess, rather than relegation worthy like last season. And we need to improve quite a bit this year. The board wants to fight for promotion, so we're going to try our best to do that. Galloway looks fantastic, by the way. His defending still needs a bit more work, but his pace is looking good. His his defending's looking good. His physical's looking fantastic. He's got high defensive, high attacking. So if I don't feel like he works as a defender, I could still always switch him back to a striker, perhaps down the line. But he's looking good. Contreras will start the game today, although I actually should give it to McDonald because he was so good last year. I don't want to ruin his progress. You know what? I'm going to give it to McDonald. It might be a bad idea, but McDonald was such a player last year. Most improved player for me, anyway, in my opinion. So we'll go with that. And this is kind of, I think the squad we'll go with, to be honest. With Moffat, I kind of want to use him. But we'll go with Maxwell for today because he was good as well. So it's mainly, at the moment, it's just the team we kind of used last year because we haven't got the scouting reports from these guys back yet. But once we do, we'll make the moves that I think we need to make in certain situations, and hopefully the team will look slightly better and a bit more playoff worthy, I guess. So this will be the team for the first game of the season. Contreras will probably start more, obviously than last season because he had an injury the whole last season, but he'll get games with Contreras. But McDonald was so good last season, I don't want to leave him out for the first game of the new season against Morecambe here. Pre-match press conference. Hartlepool are just one of several teams I think can get promoted this season. I don't know, honestly. We'll give it our best. I don't know if promotion might... playoffs, I think, is probably more the realistic ambition. If we get some names in off that report that I've been scouting, we might be able to make a bit more of a move. But again, I don't want anyone over 70 overall, so we ain't going to be signing anyone over 70. What are you expecting from the Morecambe game? The boys know what they have to do. Because if we go over 70 overall, it'll just be far too easy. And we've also got the caveat this year, a rule that I added, which I think makes a lot of sense. If we do not get promoted, and Sutherland obviously gets too good, we will have to move him on because it'll be a bit more realistic. There's no way we're going to have like a 90 rated Sutherland sticking at Hartlepool the whole way through. As much as I'd like to, we can always sign him back as we go into the future, but I think if we don't get promoted this year, Sutherland will be on his way out because he is an absolute cracking talent. He's so good, better than this level. So we'll see how he goes on the way up this season. He'll probably get to about 75 by the end of the season, something like that, I think. 75, 76. So he will be a very high rating. And I think if we don't get promoted, we will have to move him on. Even if we do get promoted, it might make sense to move him on as well. So we'll see how that goes. Look at the news then before we go into this game against Morecambe to start off the season. Ayunga nets in St Mirren's 2-0 win over Hartlepool. Ayunga managed to grab a goal in St Mirren's 2-0 win. Okay, fair enough. We don't need to go into detail. Sampdoria's Koita has been named the player of the International Cup. Sampdoria won the tournament as well. And McDonald impresses in pre-season. So McDonald has been very good in pre-season as well. So we know that he's going to be fucking good again, hopefully. Shane McDonald has been something of a relevant... okay, we'll restart that. Shane McDonald has been something of a revelation in pre-season for Hartlepool United. Not previously considered as one of the first names on the team sheet, he's put in some outstanding performances and pushed for inclusion on the opening day of the season. Realistically, he wasn't really a planned first name on the team sheet until Contreras got injured, and now it's all changed up. Who are these defenders here that are for the team of the season, or the defenders to watch? Militao, who's at Chelsea now. Delit, who's still at Bayern, Marquinhos at PSG, and James, who's still at Chelsea as well. Right, cool. See if there's any. What's the biggest kind of transfer? We're not going to go in depth until the next episode, but I kind of just want to see what the biggest moves are so far, because I'm nosy. So Tielemans looks like he's the biggest one. No, Pellegrini to Madrid is the biggest move so far. Skriniar to Leipzig, Rodrigo to Liverpool. Jesus Christ, yeah, Tielemans to Real Madrid. Couple of big moves at the gate so far. We haven't really got all the players we want to get off the list yet either. How many real players do we still have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 real players still at the club, so we'll try and get them offloaded, and we get to release 2 as well, obviously. So 2 will be released, which will take the numbers down a little bit. And of course, the renewable contracts I think are all for the actual players in this squad. They are, every single one. And all the youth academy contracts are fine for now. They're earning not a lot, obviously, which means we'll have to boost them at some point. But for now, they're happy with the £430 a week they're getting. So to kick off this season, then it will be Morecambe versus Hartlepool versus Morecambe. We'll be kicking off this season at Victoria Park, and I'm excited personally to see what this team has in its sights. With this team improving towards the end of last season, I'm happy with it as well. But also with the arrivals we could bring in, as well as the objectives that the board have given us, it's going to be a difficult season, and it's going to be a difficult run, but we'll give it our all. Morecambe, you've got to think, are in contention for the playoffs as well to go straight back up. We've got Cole Stockton still up front, who is a very good striker at this level, so I'm scared a little bit. But we've also got some very good strikers at this level, and one of them proved himself towards the end of last season, and will get the proving ground this season. So we've got Conti in goal, Sutherland and Maxwell as the fullbacks, with Sutherland as the captain, McDonald and Galloway as the centre-backs. Of course, Contreras will come in at some point, but if you ain't broke, don't fix it at the back, to be fair. Mills, centre mid, Thomas, Cam, with Palacios off the left, Roberts off the right, Howell and Rodriguez up front, and that will be how we roll. What other games? I mean, all the other games are on at the same time. Bradford City, I don't think made it through, did they? Did they? Oh, they got automatically promoted. They did, yeah. Good. Love to see that. So this is it then for the first game of this season and the last game of this episode today. It is Hartlepool United versus Morecambe at Victoria Park. I'm excited for this new season. I'm excited to see what it brings. With some of these players that we're scouting looking quite good, I'm just excited to see what's to come here. I am excited. Conte Tifo, we know how important he was towards the end of last season, and we know how important it could be to this season. Now, I'm not expecting miracles, of course, from this team, because this is a team that we're coming up against that just got relegated. So again, I'm not expecting anything special. As much as I would love a win over a team like Morecambe, a point would be satisfactory today. I would take a point out of this. A loss, obviously, would be a step back, but also maybe a learning curve as well. So we'll see what happens in these proceedings between Hartlepool and Morecambe. So like I said, today's stream's a little shorter, just to try and get a feel for what we want in this team and how this team feels for Season 2. And then next episode, which will come tomorrow, it's back-to-back daily episodes, because the schedules had to be changed. Tomorrow we will get straight in, tuck into the meat of the season, and we'll get going with this career mode properly. Hopefully some new signings as well to try and boost this team a little bit, boost playoff chances. Automatic promotion would be absolutely fantastic and help. Winning the League 2 title would be something like I didn't expect this season. It would be ridiculous. It'd be exceeding the expectations completely. But anywhere in the top 7 is where the board wants us to be, and I think that's the aim. If we finish just outside the playoffs, then that's fine as well. We get another year to really get this team ready to go up to League 1. But at the same time, if we don't get promoted to League 1, we may see some high-profile departures, including one Aidan Sutherland, the captain of this side. Will not want to be playing at this level for his whole career. He does love Hartlepool, but he does want to have his career go up in stock as well. He knows what he's capable of. We know what he's capable of. And we may have to move him on. Maxwell, ball in towards Palacios. Oh, it was a struggle for Ripley. Palacios managed to get something to it. Or was it the defender who got a chance to that there? It looked like it might have been the defender. We'll just take a little back at this since it hasn't given me a replay for whatever reason. Was it a defender here, or did Palacios manage to make contact? It was the defender who headed it backwards and put his own goalkeeper in a bit of strain here. That might not have dipped in, but nearly an own goal out the gate from Morecambe. An early pressure for Hartlepool. Curtis Mills spotting Galloway. Oh, straight into the hands of Ripley. Galloway was left unmarked though. That's poor from Morecambe. And we could have had a chance there, another chance to lead. I say another chance. The first chance was put on their own net by our defence, but I digress. It's just poor, slow defending from us. And that's the problem that we're going to face with Morecambe today. There's a reason they got up to League 1 in the first place. And they've made the space just to make it 1-0 there. I don't know why we're at... I thought I started with a 4-back. I didn't realise I started with a 2-back, but that maybe is just me. I thought I brought Conte in enough time, but Hunter's placed it well for Morecambe. And I think we still may need a bit more help with this career mode, or help with this team to get... obviously a bit further up. Of course, like I said, Morecambe just come down. They'll be wanting to go straight back up, so not the easiest team to kick off the campaign with. And it shows. A first goal of the season doesn't come for us yet. The first goal at Victoria Park is scored by Morecambe and Ashley Hunter. But we're looking to try and find an equaliser almost immediately. We don't want to be on the back foot too soon, or for too long. Galloway, oh sorry, Rodriguez I should say, didn't quite get through there. Hunter's off again. This guy is good. It's a good long shot attempt there to nearly make it 2-0. Tiziano Conti equal to it. But you know those League 2 screamers, they come about just whenever they feel like it. So Stockton with a good attempt, but it's saved by Conti. Ball in perhaps not from Crowley. Roberts should have this. We learned from the corners in pre-season. Wood was not very good on those close corners. It's almost slight bit of height, but not too much, and that's what Roberts has. I think he's like 5'10", I want to say. He's on the move now down the left-hand side here. Curtis Mills. Harry Howell making a bit of room here through the middle. Can he make a bit of move here for a shot? It's straight at Ripley. It was good movement from the young Welshman, but just couldn't find a shot, a good shot past the goalkeeper. I thought it should have been 1-1 there as well, but poor shooting from me. That's a class little flick from Morecambe. And these guys ain't fucking around. They know what they're doing. They know what they want in this league, and that's to get straight back into League One. And we need to try our best to weather the Morecambe storm here. Palacios tries to take it inside, but leaves the ball behind. I just want to review this. Because I don't know how he's left the ball behind after I tried to drag it back in. What? So I've taken it back in on my left foot. He just left it behind. Okay, fair enough. No, fair enough. Don't want the ball, you don't want the ball in it. Oh, that's a good ball through. Can grab the correct defender there as well, which didn't really help proceedings. Maxwell comes across Stockton. See what I mean? He does have a good tackling ability at least. He's a lot better than what he was when we first brought him in, because I remember he was all over the place. Dave Maxwell, he's become a lot better. And it means Moffat's going to have to work a little bit harder to try and get in that spot of right back, which will give him chances, of course he will. But it's going to not going to be like definite he's going to be starting there. Maxwell can't keep up with Hunter. He's got a bit of pace, this lad, isn't he? Jesus. McDonald will header it away because he is tall as fuck. And Roberts play it to Thomas. Roberts has been a bit more defensive this game, which I don't really like, but it's what's needed to have happened, to be honest. Harry Howell into Carlos Rodriguez. Try to find a way through. Knock it to Roberts. Can't quite get it there. Does keep the ball despite the pressure. Harry Howell trying an effort. You don't know if you don't try. And unfortunately we found out that Morecambe's defence might be quite good. It's once again grabbed the wrong defender for me. I wanted to be McDonald there, but that's a cracking save from Tiziano Conti to tip it onto his post. But I wanted to be McDonald there. It was close to the Morecambe striker there, and it was not to be. But we do get bailed out. Mills, Harry Howell. Try and find something here. They're very defensive. Marius Thomas Roberts is onside. Oh, it's just past the post. I thought it might have found the bottom left corner there. Roberts got himself back onside, but couldn't find that bottom left-hand corner. That would have been a big equaliser for us there had we been able to get it. Unfortunately, it ain't happening on that occasion. Maybe down the line, but just not yet. Ripley. They're trying to launch it out to the right side. Sutherland could win it. It comes to McDonald. Curtis Mills. Palacios. It's just gone the wrong side, that pass there. Was the correct player. It was meant for Harry Howell. It's just not gone the right direction to him, if that makes sense. McDonald comes in clutch once again, because he is Shane McDonald, possibly the best defender I've used at this overall. And it's just not locked onto Curtis Mills. It's disgusting, really. I've aimed it quite clearly for my target, and the game has decided, now you haven't. Yeah, you know what? Don't worry about it then, video game. Don't do what I put to program. Don't bother. Don't think about it. I've passed it to them apparently, which was not even remotely what I tried to do. And it's led to another goal. Yeah, we need a bit more work on this team. I mean, it's a mix of giving the ball away when I didn't mean to. I say didn't mean to. I wasn't planning on doing. And Conti not doing good enough at the near post. It's gone through his legs. It's 2-0 Morecambe. Again, this is one of the relegated teams, so we're going straight back up probably. So it's a test, a big test. About 3/4 of the league we want in promotion this year, so it ain't going to be easy. But ultimately, I feel like we've been fucked over a little bit for that second goal. wondering why the pass didn't go to the correct target. Curtis Mills into Harry Howell. Can't get the touch around the defender. Again, it's now not switching to my right back, who I've pressed the switch to 3 times. Yeah, cool. Yeah, already done with this game today. I don't want to play. They're just going to score screamers out of nowhere. I can't even grab hold of the defender I want to use. I want to be the right back here to prevent the left winger from going through again. And then it just wouldn't let me hold. It wouldn't let me go Sutherland here, which doesn't help either. And it's not a screamer, of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? It's League 2. That's where all the fucking screamers scored. I'm getting annoyed. If this is going to be another season of this, I'm just going to cry. Some of the goals this game lets the AI get away with are very questionable. Adam Mayer has apparently just done that in League 2, by the way. In League 2. Just to remind you, we are in League 2. I get that they're probably favourites to go up again, but we are in League 2, and there's too many screamers being scored in League 2 for my liking. It's ridiculous. Not like they've even been bad, it's just they've been good. Morecambe I knew were going to be good, that's why I said the point would be satisfactory, but a loss does feel like a step back. I'm not even allowed to control the ball. Like, I've given it to Thomas there, and the touch apparently just isn't allowed. Galloway gets it enough to Conte. It's a poor first half, to be honest. I think some of those signings that we were looking at, some of those scouted players we were looking at will need to be brought in just to switch it up a little bit. Stockton, the goal was a bit lucky, but he has been good, and I knew he was good. He's a good striker. I mean, realistically, Rome wasn't built in a day. This team isn't going to go from garbage to great overnight. We lost over half of our games last year, and we conceded over 100 goals. So to put us up against a newly relegated Morecambe was probably not the move, but the game has done it, and Morecambe have proven why they're probably going to be in contention to go straight back up. 1-1 between Sutton and Barrow, 1-0 to Salford over Wimbledon, 1-0 to Crawley over Crewe, 0-0 between Grimsby and Carlisle, 1-1 between Burton and Tranmere, 1-0 to Forest Green over Cambridge, 1-0 to Swindon over Rochdale, Harrogate drawing 1-1 with Mansfield, 1-1 there, 1-0 to Walsall over Stevenage, 1-0 to Northampton over Colchester, and 1-0 to Gillingham over Newport. Looking at the stats then, is it a fair result of this game? Yeah, I don't think so somehow. Expected goals 1.4 and they've scored 3. Yeah, no chance, mate. What a load of rubbish. 58 to 42 in terms of possession. 5 shots to 4, however, in favour of Morecambe. And 1.4 expected goals to 0.9. So 1.4 expected goals. Realistically, if we're rounding those up and down, those numbers, the score should be 1-1, right? But the game decides what the game decides. And the game decides that Morecambe are going to score screamers. So that's just the way it is. And then when I try on the ball, I don't get to keep it. Maxwell does get it this time, though. We need a goal straight out the gate here if we're going to have a chance to get back into this one. Does help with starting passing to the right player there. I knew it looked like it was going to go to the wrong player. Anyway, it was defended well by Morecambe. McDonald gets it to Maxwell. Very defensive. So it's going to be even more annoying trying to get 3 goals. Rodriguez. Harry Howell tried to get it under control. Couldn't. It was getting away from him every time. Galloway, brilliant leap. Curtis Mills to Howell. Rodriguez. Is it in? It is. But I think he's offside. The Peruvian's going to have to wait for his first goal of the season. How far was it off? Because I tried to play this through earlier. As quick as I could. I mean, this angle doesn't really help at all, does it? But, I mean, marginally off for Carlos Rodriguez, the Peruvian. Close to opening his account, but no cigar this time. McDonald into Marius Thomas, who's done very well. Howell and Rodriguez may not have to wait long. He doesn't have to wait long. This one will count, and it might be a route back into the game. Just minutes ago, Carlos Rodriguez, his first goal of the season was disallowed for offside. This one will stand It's the first goal of a new season for Hartlepool. We are a couple of goals down, which is the norm for us, really. But Carlos Rodriguez has got us one back, and it might be a moment where this game changes, where the game turns on its head, and where we get what we deserve, which at the least in my opinion, but I'm biased obviously, but at least in my opinion, is a point. It is on. There's still plenty of time for this game to go completely topsy-turvy. Marius Thomas trying to press, does press a little too much to the referee's liking, and it would have been a foul had they not kept the ball. Maxwell gets the foot in, beautiful tackle on Hunter. See what I mean? I just do like Maxwell off his side for now. Of course, I'll give Moffat a chance. That was meant to go to Marius Thomas, but of course they just stick the leg out at the perfect time. Roberts cutting in now into Curtis Mills. I just felt like the ball got away from me a little bit there, but the pass was for Rodriguez. It was a poor pass ultimately, but I feel like the ball got away from Mills there. A lot of the ball, and we've had chances, but they've just shown a bit more quality, which you'd expect from a team that was just in League One, really. McDonald heads it away. Mills into Harry Howell. He does have the pace to take on Rawson here. Does he have the ability? He has Rodriguez in support. It's a poor pass. Rodriguez tries to make something out of it. It was a poor pass from Harry Howell. And Rodriguez gave it his best to give something to that. And it's a good save again. And now Stockton all the way through. Poor tackle, but he's taken a shot from a long way out for whatever reason. And it's a very calm save for Tiziano Conti. Why Stockton took the shot from that far out is a mystery. Roberts tried to pass it off, but you know when you pressed A and they just decide to ignore it and tackle you anyway? That's kind of what's happened there. And I've messed this up here again. Yeah. Oh! That should be 4-1. I messed up big time there. I didn't think he would cut that back as nicely as he did. I thought he'd take a shot on the near post. So I commit to it like that, but change from Morecambe now. We might have to make some changes soon as well. Been difficult today. I'm wondering if a bit more experience at the back. Well, I say a bit more experience. A bit more overall at the back is required. Maybe Rafa Contreras to come on for either Galloway or McDonald. I'm not sure which yet because they've both been... I mean, McDonald's been the better defender. I do like Galloway as well. He's got a bit more pace about him. I don't know why it's taking me so long to get to Sutherland there, but we do make a tackle with the Scotsman. It will be a Morecambe corner. I'll bring on Bernard, see what he's about. Marius Thomas has been decent again today, but Bernard might have that bit of extra creativity that we need. Ball in. As far as Mayer, Roberts heads it away. Won't go to one of my players, because why would it? McDonald, good tackle. And the Scot makes a move now. Not really the one who should be doing that, but nobody else is. Rodriguez, that was meant for Maxwell. Roberts will get it to the right back now. Harry Howell does remain on side. Oh, it's Harry Howell now. Who is the man in the middle? I don't know, but Howell's hit the post. I think it was Roberts might have been the one, the go-between there. But it's a post from Harry Howell, and now they're going to go for it for no reason and score. I just don't know, boys. I don't know if I can be arsed. That's what I'm conceding. Like, I don't mind conceding fair, good goals. But I've tried to, granted, I've tried to hack through him with Galloway and get bloody, probably red card and penalty for them. But it just hasn't registered for whatever reason. And then he goes in like that, like, fuck off. Just fuck off and don't come back. This is so stupid. And a comeback that could have happened is now a comeback that's truly off. Because this game has just fed them that. Like, what can I... Just to go through it again, just to put my point across. I've gone through him with Galloway, or attempted to. He's somehow stayed on his feet. I would have rather taken the penalty and the red card there, to be honest. Somehow stayed on his feet, got the shot off. Conti saved it. It's come off his knee. Oh my god. This is what I'm conceding. You wonder why I'm conceding 100 plus a season. Fucking joke of a game. EA Sports, you are a joke of a company. Hope you're aware of that. Of course, he comes on at right back. Mios comes out right mid. And Howell hasn't really been it today, so I'm wondering when to bring on Ramon Murillo. I'm gonna. We do need those signings, or at least a couple of them. We're not going to sign everyone off that report that we scouted, but we do need a bit more quality at the moment. And we also need a bit of luck as well, but that ain't going to happen. Harry Howell hit the post. It goes straight up the other end, and Stockton scores potentially one of the stupidest goals I've conceded in the save. Good tackle by Galloway, but McDonald's going to get in the way. So I've defended, but I'm going to have to defend again now. Offside against Stockton, surely. Galloway should get it clear. Does. I didn't think he would for a second, to be honest. And Galloway's got a knock. Morecambe have a fifth. It's just... We're back to square one, honestly, boys. What's the fucking point? It's back to square one. For some reason Galloway's got a knock. It's just been allowed to go through there. I don't know. It's the fullbacks playing the centre back, or the striker, or wherever the fuck Crowley plays. Regardless of where he is, he's been left to play on side by the fullbacks for no reason. Whatever. We do need some change again, apparently. This ain't playoff team form, is it? Really? I don't understand how it's 5. Again, I don't understand how it's 5-1. I do get it because we've conceded 5. And we scored 1. That's how it's 5-1. I get that. That's not funny. What I don't get is why they've been allowed to have 5 goals when we probably should have had. We should probably be drawing this game. Pusher should be losing maybe by a goal. Mario Murillo can't even get through. Lovely. Sutherland can't get to his teammate because he's ducked. The teammate who I wanted to get to has ducked out the way. Oh, let's give 6 in it. Good job on Corsi, good cover. I'm just... Feels like I've gone back to square one with this team a little bit. I've not even done anything really wrong. Nothing is going through for my team. I just feel like it's... In this new season, and in the last season we took a step forward. With this new season we've taken 2 steps back. Ramon Murillo may get consolation, not even that. And I can't get the ball to one of my defenders, or my other players either. Ball won't go back into my possession there. Why? Your guess is as good as mine, but it wouldn't. Of course he does well. Of course he's putting in a good little performance anyway. It's a bit too little too late. Munoz needs to go. Munoz needs to go. Nkosi, Bernard. Now, this is not a display we wanted to start off with this season, but it's a display we've got. Curtis Mills might get us another one back, and he does. It's too little too late. We deserve more at this. But Mills, and another goal for Hartlepool, will give us something. I know Morecambe are going to be probably, maybe even top of this season. They're probably going to win the league, or at least be very high up in the rankings. But I feel like it's been, as much as they do deserve some goals, some of the goals have just been a little bit stupid, really. The 4th one especially. You've walked back into season 1. We're back at the start again. Back to square one. (5-2). You'll know. You probably know, Jordan. Five goals is probably what they shouldn't have scored. 5 goals is what they have scored. So, but we'll get better once we get some signings in. But at the moment, apparently, we're just not on that level yet. I'd even argue Morecambe deserved the win, but 5-2 is bollocks. And I'll show you one of the goals, Jordan. You'll like it. You'll like this goal. I'll show you. It was their 4th goal. quite nice. It was a screamer. It was a 30-yard screamer. In fact, they did actually score a screamer as well. So I'll show you that too. But this is how it's looking then. At the end, 5-2 probably doesn't seem like the right result, does it, looking at those stats? But it's the way it is. 59-41 in terms of possession, 10 shots to 9, 3.4 expected goals to 3.3. It's a very close game in terms of stats. Take a look at some of these goals. Feast your eyes on the... Well, I mean, this one for a start. We'll go all the way back if it lets me. It doesn't. Basically, McDonald's tried to do a simple pass. And it didn't work out. But we'll see the goal again anyway. McDonald didn't make the simple pass properly. Then he didn't cover his man. And that was their goal, which I guess was alright. Here we go again. Yeah, I'm not surprised if we get thrashed a bit more this season. But as long as we score more than we concede, I think this year, it's a dub for me eventually. But that was one of the goals. Which I guess was fair enough. But it was more you needed to see the McDonald pass. Now this was magic. The way that the League 2 screamers come in. I'm not allowed to control Sutherland here. And this man has just banged it in like that. That is a fucking... That's not a League 2 finish. That's barely... Like, if you're doing that in the Premier League, you're insane. But that's a fucking ridiculous finish to be scoring in League 2. But it is the finish that's happened, unfortunately. And then the fucking coup de grace. The absolute coup de grace from this one. Cole Stockton going through. Got played through. I tried to stop him with Galloway, and it's somehow bundled in. It's somehow bundled into the back of the net. And I'll show you how it's bundled into the back of the net here. Stockton gets picked out quite well. And the defensive line is a mystery. So what I've tried to do here is I've tried to hack him down with Galloway. I know it'd be a penalty and a red card. Tried to hack him down with Galloway. I've actually caught his leg. But then he just walks through it as if nothing's happened. Not only that, but he shots it. Conti saves it. It bounces back off Stockton's knee. Back off Conti's leg, and then Stockton's knee again. It goes through the legs of Conti, and it is another goal for Morecambe. So you might say the scoreline says 5-2, but in terms of fair goals, it's probably a 2-2 draw. So I'm not taking that really. I'm not really going to dwell on it too much because we were equal to them, but it's just some of the stupid bullshit goals we could see have come back to haunt us at the start of this season. Carlos Rodriguez was our man of the match with an 8.1 and a goal. 7.6 and a goal as well for Curtis Mills. And the assist coming from Harry Howell with a 6.8 rated, who didn't really feel too good today, but maybe just the wrong opposition for him. And then Ramon Murillo coming off the bench to bag the other assist and a 6.3. Some underwhelming performances, but the defensive performances were decent. Conti didn't fill me with too much confidence, but at the same time, some of them were out of his kind of reach, really, out of his, I guess, area. When it bounces off him twice and into their guy's knee, it's not really easy. Some of the goals were worldies from out of nowhere, and some of them were just bad build-up, well, bad bits of play from me. So I can't really put all the blame on Conti. He could have done a little bit better today, but 7 shots, 3 saves, 5 conceded. If you're a mathematician, that doesn't add up, but it is what it is. And the man of the match for them was Cole Stockton with a 9.5, 2 goals, 2 assists. We know he's going to be a threat, and he'll probably be among the Golden Boot winners, or the Golden Boot contenders this year. So, fair play to him for bagging 2 today. Adam Mayer, apparently only 61 rated, can score worldies. Put him in the Premier League side, honestly. A goal and an assist from him off the right today, 9.2. And Ryan Cooney with an assist and an 8.3. Hunter with 7.9 and a goal. Crowley with a goal and an assist and a 7.6. And their goalkeeper, Connor Ripley, 5 shots on his goal, 3 saves, 2 conceded. You can see by the ratings, they're just slightly better. Not much better, to be honest, to be fair. But slightly better than us in ratings, probably altogether, overall. We can't really blame anything but the video game there, because we've given it our all. We've had more passes, made more tackles, nearly the same amount of expected goals, nearly the same amount of shots, more possession. We might have even edged it as the better team there, to be honest, but it's just FIFA 23 has walked in and fucked me over on my first game of the season. So, what can you do? I'm not going to lose my mind over it because it is game 1 of a 46-game season. We've got plenty of time to rectify it. Not today though, because that'll be the episode done after we've done these, well, this post-match interview, and then we'll obviously get hopefully some sales done between this and the next game, and maybe even a signing done, but I doubt it, because I think it's in 6 days for a load of my players that I was scouting. I don't think it was too big a step up from McDonald at all. McDonald was good. McDonald wasn't even bad. Wondering if Contreras should have started though today. Thinking about leaving him out today, but apparently he's struggling for form. I don't know. Team has to come first. We'll give Contreras a go next time though, definitely. We'll be rotating those 3 centre backs: Contreras, McDonald, and Galloway. I guess you got a late goal, but the game was already lost, wasn't it? Where do you explain to begin such a disheartening performance? We weren't as bad as the scoreline suggests. Absolutely, I couldn't have put it better myself. You may have the worst luck in this game, Lamar. Yeah, nah, literally. Ridiculous. I've built on the rebuilds. I've built 2 absolute super teams and can't win the Champions League, and then in an actual career mode, I'm getting fucking fucked over. Quite frankly. Marius Thomas is happy to be a right winger. That's fine, but you're a cam and you didn't move from cam. Nicolas Palacios liked the game time even though we lost, and Rodriguez says, I'm really sorry we didn't get the win today, but thanks for giving me a chance out there. I hope you'll think about giving me a run in the team now. I mean, you're going to have the run in the team anyway. You're a very good striker on your day. But unfortunately, we didn't get the best of it. Although we do now have a green manager rating. They like us again for now. Up until I do one thing wrong, probably. But for now, we'll just keep going with it. Obviously not today, but next episode, which will be tomorrow, back-to-back daily episodes, said at the start. So tomorrow will be another career mode episode. Thursday will be the rebuild now, and on Friday it will be the backlash predictions, because I completely forgot about them, but they will be on Friday as well. So calendarini, let's see what we got next episode then. So to kick it off, we're in the, what I probably am guessing is the Carabao Cup against Rochdale, which will be playable highlights because I don't care about the Carabao Cup at this point. We'll play Crawley, playable sim maybe, playable highlight, I don't know. Carlisle is obviously next as well at Victoria Park. Away at Tranmere, then we've got Forest Green, and I'm not ready for that, to be honest, because Forest Green came down, they'll go straight back up. They've still got a very good squad, and it's going to be a difficult one. And then Swindon, I think, will end the next episode, will it? I mean, it might not if we get through the Carabao Cup. If we get through the Carabao Cup, we'll probably have another game, but as it stands, Swindon will be the last game. So playable highlight, the first round of the Carabao Cup and the Carlisle game. Although that may change, because if we get through to the second round of the Carabao Cup, we'll probably switch that to be the playable highlight game instead and play the Carlisle match. We'll see. But I feel like I got a bit fucked over there with that Morecambe game. Although it wasn't bad, it just wasn't... It didn't make sense. Hartlepool disappointment. Supporters may have found a new hero in the club's ranks. Rodriguez put in a really good shift for Liverpool, but his excellent performance wasn't enough to make a difference as he slipped to defeat against Morecambe. Again, it is Morecambe. They've just come down from the league above, so it was going to be a challenge, whatever we looked at there, but I didn't realise the game was going to go against us as well this early. It's literally the first game of the season. EA, could you give me a minute? Stockton scores twice for Morecambe in their 5-2 win against Hartlepool. Palacios impresses again. He was quite good off the left today, to be honest. Creation was alright. Palacios is one player very happy with his excellent run of form at the moment. I'm playing really well right now and really enjoying my football at Hartlepool, he told the assembled media after the game against Morecambe. It certainly seems left winger or beyond the team sheet for the foreseeable future if he can keep turning in this level of performance. And what's the future for Bernard? I still haven't decided myself yet. We keep going between right winger and attacking midfielder as him. I think ultimately he's going to go back to the centre attacking mid role and stay there. Gundogan to Leverkusen from City. It's not a bad move for him, to be fair. And yeah, so I think for Bernard, it's asked it twice now. It's like, what are we doing with him? Bernard hasn't played many games this season, and it's now been reported his manager plans to move him from right winger to attacking midfielder, and it says it's him up here that we're going to put him back to right winger. He is going to be a cam ultimately. I kind of just wanted to see where he would be. We'll advance up, see if there's any more transfers are coming in. Guzman will get his loan out. Can't remember where I loaned him to be honest. This will be a good reminder for me. We loaned him out to the mighty, the big Umranyaspor. I think they finished second bottom in the Turkish league last year. We'll give him some good experience, the young Spaniard. And that inbox will be telling me that he is gone for the year. I regret having to do much love, bro. You too, mate. Sorry that you came in too late, and we're towards the end of the episode, but we are here, and we only usually do the first game each time anyway for a new season. So I apologise that you're late, but it'll be back on the Twitch VOD as well, and it'll be uploaded on YouTube tonight too. So plenty of time to catch up before tomorrow. Just wondering, boss, have I got any chance of being involved in our next game? Honestly, Ronan, maybe. I don't really care too much about the Carabao Cup. We might give you a go. But that is that. No more offers out of the club. And we're only a few days off now, knowing some of these players' overalls. Not these, although he actually... Nah, he's quite bad. Teo Foster looks quite shit. Augustin Dabo is a real player. Lucas Rivera doesn't look great. Salah Erdin Uladmand is a real player. He's got a long-ass name. So where are the ones I bloody scouted then, cunt? Some of them are here. Alright, Max Schmidt, 2 days remaining. We'll figure him out next episode. Looks like a decent holding midfielder, actually, maybe. But centre mid is probably where he's meant to be. Jack Cochran, he's another centre mid we could bring in. We're not going to bring them all in. Just want to make that clear. If they're over 70 rated, they ain't coming in. And I've got a feeling that Ibrahim might be part of that. Canales looks like a fantastic striker as well. We'll see these reigns next episode. Joan Escobar in the cam role could provide some cover for Thomas and Mills and Bernard. And then Logan Duncan, another goalkeeper, but a Scottish goalkeeper, might be coming in as well. And off screen, I'll look for a couple more talents just to see if we've got any special talents that we can maybe bring in as regens between now and the next episode. But for now, we're just going to keep going as we're going. I think the scouts are still busy anyway, so we can't actually scout anyone yet. We'll just keep an eye on people and maybe shortlist them off screen. I'll see anyway. But the good news is, we're back with a new season of Hartlepool. The board actually like us now, for at least for now, because we've done the profit objective quite quickly. We fought for promotion, or we're not fought for promotion yet. We're going to fight for promotion. It's one game in, we can't say we fought for it yet. We've literally just started the season. But the Youth Academy one will be done as well, because we've got some good talents in there. I'll show you those just before we go too. Brand exposure, get a streak of 5 wins. Should be doable if we get the right players in. And reach around the 16 stage ain't going to happen. And as we finish off here, the Youth Academy is as follows. We've got Eduardo Esposito as the goalkeeper. Rob Patterson, who'll be moving to a left back from Scotland. Shishko Medina, who I don't know how much longer he has in this academy really, but we'll give him the time, see what it comes out as. Mariano Vergara, who is still a right back being grown in the academy. Malcolm McNeil, who is a right back as well from Scotland, 53 rated. Oliver McGregor is a 58 rated right back from Scotland. Lance Hill, who is a CDM being transitioned to a right back from Australia. Leboang Malangu is still around here. He's a box-to-box midfielder at the moment. I'm wondering whether to call him up. He is 18 now, so I'm wondering whether to call him up and loan him out. Probably do that, actually, in a minute. I've lost what order I've got these players in now, for cunt's sake. Alright, here we go. Yander Smith as well. He still looks quite good as well. 79 to 83%, so 58 rated now. He could come out quite good. A good little South American winger, or South African winger, would be nice to have in the team. Gustavo Marquez, overall 57 at the moment. Potential still looking nice. Thomas Bishop from Australia. He's a right winger as well. Yep, wingers. And then Ivan Perez, who doesn't look fantastic. I'd still like to bring him up and maybe move him on for that cash. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to bring up Lebohang Malangu, because he's going to be complaining to be coming up soon anyway, because he's 18 years of age. So we'll bring up Lebohang Malangu, insta-loan him. And we'll see what he's about out on loan. And that will end today's episode. So it won't really matter about the squad numbers, but we'll check them anyway. Obviously, they've all played one game, whoever's played one game. Ramon Murillo with the most assists. Goals have come from Mills and Rodriguez. Assists have come from Howell and Murillo. So it hasn't really changed much. All of them on development plans now. Most valuable player is Sutherland. And we made the deal that, well, I say we made the deal. We made the rule that if we do not get promoted this season, Aidan Sutherland will be moving on to pastures new, whether we like it or not, because he will get too good and he deserves better. And I want to keep it semi-realistic. So it's quite a big season to see if we can keep our captain. Although if we don't keep our captain, then we do have to sell him on. We'll still have a good bit of money to invest elsewhere. So that's going to more or less end this episode for today. Try to think if there's any other things I need to check. Stockton will probably be a top scorer. He got 2. Oh no, Sumbalunga. Oh, this is a wrong competition. Yeah, Stockton is the top one. Angle got 2 for Sutton. Telford 2 for Crawley. And Grayson 2 for Barrow. Everyone else on 1. I don't know if Rodriguez or Mills have snuck in. Assists. Stockton on 2. Gotts on 2. Everyone else on 1 as well. I don't think we snuck anyone in there. And no clean sheets for us, obviously. Because we are us. And I think we're actually bottom of the league after that first game. Which, I guess we're used to that, really, aren't we? Nothing new there. It wasn't a bad result. It was just unlucky, really. Like, it shouldn't have been 5-2. And we know that. Top end after a game, though. Morecambe get off to the winning start, of course. A little bit lucky too, but they do get off that winning start. Gillingham and Walsall in second and third. They have the automatic promotion spots right now. But after one game, it ain't going to be a big deal. Barrow, Crawley, Swindon and Forest Green have those other spots. So that will end it. News before we leave. I think we already covered that, didn't we? We saw the Stockton hits 2 as Morecambe beat Hartlepool. And what is the biggest transfer so far? Is it still Lorenzo Pellegrini? Could feel the whole team full of wingers. We genuinely could. Like a winger academy. It is Pellegrini who's still the top deal from Roma to Atletico. But ladies and gentlemen, that will end the first episode of a new season of the Hartlepool United career mode. Tomorrow we will get back into the meat and drink of it. We'll get into it properly. And we will get back into the 6 games that we usually do. So Rochdale in the Carabao Cup, playable highlights. Crawley playing fully. Carlisle, playable highlights unless we get to the next round of the Carabao Cup. Tranmere playing fully. Forest Green playing fully. And then Swindon playing fully as well. We'll have the end of the transfer window in the next episode as well. So it'll be a big episode. But I hope you guys have enjoyed the opening to this new season. The result probably wasn't the right one. But ultimately, we don't always get the right results in this career mode. It obviously doesn't always go our way, even though we had equal possession, equal shots, equal, expected goals. Sometimes they just get the better of us. And then, of course, the pre-season tournament, we did come 5th, which ain't bad. 1 win, 1 loss, 1 draw. We'll take that. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I will see you tomorrow for some more Hartlepool career mode. So remember the schedule if you're wanting to come in and watch stuff. Tomorrow, Hartlepool again. Thursday, rebuild with unnamed team that I will show you on Thursday, obviously. Friday, backlash predictions, and then no stream Saturday. And it'll be a 4-day break between career mode videos after tomorrow. I apologise for that. But Sunday will be career mode as well. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.